Well. World-class veteran video game critic Michael Does Life. Oh, Michael.
Alrighty, folks at home, we need you to lock in because we are back with your favorite game, The Last of Us Part 2, and we are taking another stab at grounded difficulty. And not only that, but permadeath on. Now, the reason why yesterday cut so short was because the game, in my opinion, did not make it clear on whether we were tapping or holding the QuickTime event button. It's not a skill issue. And this is what we're talking about. Big loyal Luis Hernandez is coming through so strongly and in a way that makes sense. This is what we love to see. Big loyal Lou.
$10 through Super Chat. MD ain't going down without a fight.
And that's what we're talking about.
Here and watch greatness.
Big loyal Lou is supporting the most Kino Comfy live show in all of video. Just high caliber quality content. Big loyal Lou popping the cherry, setting the mood, the vibe, the tone, and the atmosphere, and coming through in a way that makes sense. Let's get some dubs up in the chat here today, and let's keep pounding that like button. Let's keep sharing the broadcast. We had over 300 viewers for this game yesterday, and we're hoping that we can obtain that here today as well. Big loyal Lou Luis Hernandez coming through so strong, and popping the cherry, setting the mood, the vibe, the tone, and the atmosphere, and that's what we love to see. Big loyal Lou coming through. We're taking another stab at grounded difficulty and permadeath on. And, you know, a lot of people think that they know how to play this game. A lot of people think that they know what they're talking about. But I will tell you this, they don't have gameplay on their channel on grounded difficulty. So, you know, a lot of people love to flap gums and bark and sit there and say things that are just probably not true. And meanwhile, they don't have any gameplay of the game on their channel, especially on grounded difficulty. So that just could never be me, but could be you. The Last of Us is so cool. I love this game so much. The Last of Us is so cool. I love this game so much. It must have been hold. Michael was tapping. Well, we did stop tapping, but I still don't know the answer. but it is on the default settings. So here's what you need to know and understand. It is on the default settings. We have reset all of the settings, so the game comes right out of it does from the box. And what that means essentially is that it should be, we're not digging into the settings, right? We're not going to dig in the settings, right? If we don't know how to play the game, it's the game's fault. It's not my fault that the game can't properly tell you on how to navigate its systems. When it shows me square, as there was a zombie attack, it seemed pretty obvious and logical to me to tap the button. And I'm going to do that again here. And if it doesn't work, well, then we're going to die there again. I'm not going into the settings and checking that because, quite frankly, I shouldn't have to. I shouldn't have to dig into the settings to see what it's on so that we can progress this QuickTime event when the game should be letting me know through visual indicator, this is what you're supposed to do with this button. If I still don't have a clear visual on what to do in that QuickTime event moment, then we won't be getting past it. But I'm going to be tapping the button because it seems like that is the default experience right out of the box. I need you guys to wake up in here. Today's energy is a little low, and we're not liking that sign, okay? We're not liking that sign at all. Yesterday, you guys had big energy, but today I guess you just don't want to see world class show off his gamer skills, which, of course, would defeat the narrative that I'm a fake gamer. That's why you don't want to tune in, because you don't want to see this put that to bed. We're here with grounded difficulty, or we're here with permadeath. Where's your gameplay? You guys love to talk smack and sit there and say you're the worst gamer in the world. You don't know what you're talking about. And it's like, okay, I go to your channel. First of all, you got no content. Second of all, if you have content, it's probably about me because that's how you get views. But lastly, you don't have grounded difficulty gameplay. Let's see your grounded difficulty gameplay. PlayStation 5, PlayStation 4, they have built-in recorders. You hit the share button. It's really not hard. It's really not hard. You can upload straight from the PlayStation console to YouTube. So there's literally no excuse, because y'all have PlayStation, right? So there's literally no excuse. You can upload your gameplay, and I want to see your skills in this game. That's what I thought. You guys love to bark and sit there and say, oh, I'm so great at The Last of Us Part 2, by the way. Where's your gameplay? You have nothing to show for. I'm out here playing the game, and you guys want to sit there and say, well, you just died on purpose. Why would I die on purpose through a QuickTime event? I didn't know what to do. I panicked, and we were tapping the square button. The cutscene was still playing out, and I guess that's what it does because it is a movie game. But we did, at the end, started holding the square button, and I think that's what caused it to end right there. So I didn't think that tapping was working because the cutscene was playing out, and I think that we just have to let it play out because tapping is seemingly what to do in that situation, which is actually kind of ironic, kind of funny, because there's a QuickTime event before that, and in that QuickTime event you hold. So the gamer gets used to holding the buttons, the button prompts, and then all of a sudden you got this zombie coming out of nowhere, and now we're supposed to tap it, which does make sense, and that's what I was doing, but I guess we didn't do it long enough. So we're gonna go right back into that spot, and what we're gonna do is we're gonna tap. We're gonna tap. Yeah, they're backseat gamers. They love to sit here. They have no gameplay, by the way. None of these losers have gameplay. They want to sit there and claim that they're champions of this game. They have nothing to show for. They don't have a resume that says that they're a real, true gamer. It's as simple as that. You can sit there and show me the trophies, but I want to see that in action. And they don't have the balls to show the gameplay. They don't have, the courage to muster up them pressing the share button on their fucking PlayStation controller because they are fake gamers. And what the hell was that noise? Guys, I need you to lock in here. I need you to lock in here today, okay? I know this isn't everyone's favorite game. It's a polarizing game. I understand that. But it's January. Switch 2 is coming out this Thursday, the unveil anyway. So we will be covering that, the Switch 2 unveil on Thursday. Got a lot to say about that. We might start making videos again because I want to piss off the Nintendo fanboys. But that's not the goal of the videos, but it will inevitably do that, unfortunately. But with that said, I have a lot to say on the Switch 2, and, obviously we're just going to have to wait for Nintendo to really pull the curtain back officially. But based off of what I've seen, the leaks, the Switch 2 is going to be a failure. I would rather buy a Wii U in 2025. To be quite frank, I would rather buy a Wii U in 2025 than play Switch 2 or even buy Switch 2, because right now what they're showing me, based off of the leaks, it doesn't look appealing at all. It looks like a Switch, and it looks like a Switch that's, obviously within the more modern kind of chipsets and modern features, but that's not exciting. That's not going to sell. And I've also heard that on Thursday they're going to just show the console and they're not going to focus on software. That's a big red flag for me, right? Nintendo doesn't usually do that. You look at the 2017 unveil for the Nintendo Switch, and they showed the software, right? They, obviously demonstrated the new hardware, and it was obviously all new at the time. This isn't as new, right? It's just an iteration of what they've already built and the success that they're going to. So the Switch 2 is just it just looks like a big L for me. And I hope that I'm wrong. And obviously that software, if they have, a massive lineup, Switch 2 lineup, if they have a Switch 2 lineup that makes sense with great compelling software that they've been working on for years, then quite frankly, it could be interesting. But I need an interesting game that's going to utilize something new on that console. And from what I've seen so far, there's nothing new on the Switch 2. So you have to ask yourself, how are they going to capitalize on the mainstream audience, the soccer mom audience, the casual gamers that bought Switch 1? Why should little Johnny upgrade from Switch 1 to Switch 2? Nintendo has to give the parents a reason to do that. And I don't think many parents are going to go out and say, hey, I'm going to buy a Switch 2 because it has this new Mario game. Well, the new Mario game better be the best thing since sliced bread if people want to go out and spend $450 on a brand new console, when maybe they could even play it on the Switch 1. But I don't think that's going to be the case. But nonetheless, the software has to be really strong. And when you come out of the woodwork, and this is what we've heard, when you come out of the woodwork and you just showcase hardware and you just sit there and say, hey, we got 45,000 million transistors, no one cares. Except for the NVIDIA losers, the PC gamers rather, and they don't play games. They want to buy specs because that elicits an endorphin hit in their brain. Quite frankly, that's what that does. They want to sit there and buy that 5090 so they can sit there and brag to their virtual friends that they'll never meet in real life, and it's just one big fucking dopamine hit is what it is. They don't play games. They're fake gamers. It's a sad situation, but that's unfortunately the reality of it. We gotta lock in here today. I feel the energy's a little off today. The chat's moving slow. The support's it's so far not really there. But of course we got Big Loyal Lou. That's why we call him Big Loyal Lou, because he comes through. He doesn't, and he doesn't have to, but he does. He comes through and he supports Kino Comfy quality. And shouldn't be that hard to support something that you supposedly enjoy, if of course you have the means to do so. You guys go out to these sporting events that are $300 for the cheap seats. You go out and spend 90 minutes of you go out and see a band. You see 90 minutes of entertainment. They played the same songs the other night, so you're not getting a unique show. It's the same songs. It's basically autopilot for the bands, and you're getting standing room only. And plus, that means you have to arrive to the venue early if you want to get a good spot. So it's really a total disaster. That whole thing is going to these live events and the ticket prices for these live events. I mean, I don't know if you guys look around, but I have yet to find one band that's actually affordable to go and see, and that's actually worth a damn as well. So all of these punk rock bands have all sold out. They're all corporate losers. It's a sad situation. Molly is coming through. That's what we love to see. The total sweetheart from top to bottom. She's in the building.
99 cents. You're so sexy, hot face.
An absolute queen. Molly is coming through. Let's get some hearts in the chat. Let's get some dubs in the chat. Molly is in the building. She loves that, I can tell you. And that's what we love to see, stepping up to the plate. And in a way that makes sense, Molly is coming through. We, of course, had Big Loyal Lou Luis Hernandez coming through, kicking things off, popping the cherry and setting the mood, the vibe, the tone, and the atmosphere. And now Molly is coming through. She's plowing through with that $5 super chat. Love to see it coming through. And, of course, coming through in a way that makes sense. And that's what we love to see. An absolute sweetheart. We love you, darling. Molly is in the building, and she's plowing through with that $5 super chat, supporting the show in a way that makes sense. And she can recognize greatness. She can see just how fantastic world class is. And I just wish other people could have that ability as well. Big Mike is coming through. This is what we love to see. Big Mike is in the building, and he's plowing through as well with the
Mike
$5.
Super chatted $5. Check the accessibility settings. You have the ability to toggle between hold or tap, like God of Goy Ragnarok.
Big Mike is coming through with the $5. This is what we love to see. We're not going to check the settings. And the reason why is because if I can't figure out how to do it, then I think checking the settings is cheating. It really is. If I can't figure out how to get past this QuickTime event, because my initial reaction was to tap square, and maybe that is correct, and maybe I didn't do it long enough or fast enough. We have reset the settings. It's not a skill issue. It's a game design issue. When you really go back and look at that footage. When you really look at that QuickTime event, it's not really clear on what you're supposed to do. But logically, most people are going to sit there and they're going to spam square because it's a really intense moment. It's an action moment, and you want to get the zombie off of Abby. So why would you hold square? That doesn't make sense. That doesn't make sense. Now, on the flip side, to play devil's advocate, the QuickTime events that you have been doing have been holding. So I'm not sure if we're not checking the settings, though, because that's a cheat code. So if we die at the same spot, don't get mad. The premise of the stream is that when I die, the stream ends. That's how it works. Because we're on the hardest difficulty.
Massive
We're playing permadeath.
You shouldn't need to check the settings.
That's what I'm saying. We shouldn't have to check the settings. And plus, I've reset everything. Before we went live, I went into the settings and I hit default. So whatever was turned on, there's no accessibility. We're not special ed. IAD is coming through. I'll tell you who is special ed. These dumb losers that have zero gameplay that think that they're better than world class. Motherfucking ass, you ain't better than world class because I have yet to see that you're better than world class. That's a load of bullshit is what that is. Hey, Michael, I'm better than you with The Last of Us Part 2, and you're just going to have to take my word for it, right? Really? Yeah, because I'm going to buy into that. Show me that you're better than me in The Last of Us Part 2. Show me that you're playing it on grounded difficulty. Come on. That's what I thought, you guys, but you can't be bothered to do that because it's Excuse City. Guess what? There's a share button on the PlayStation 5 controller. You don't need any equipment to do it. It's unbelievable. IAD coming through. The Four Horsemen have assembled here, and they have assembled in a way that makes sense. Let's go ahead and shout them out. The Four Horsemen have assembled, and they are the loyal crew here. Big Loyal Lou, Luis Hernandez kicking us off in a way that makes sense, setting that mood, that vibe, that tone, and that atmosphere with that $10 super chat. Love to see it. We got to turn the lights on in here. Something's a little off here. Big Loyal Lou, Luis Hernandez is coming through, and he's coming through in a way that makes sense. And this is what we love to see. Big Loyal Lou in the building and coming through hard and strong and in a way that makes sense here. And we got Molly plowing through hard and strong. She's coming through, an absolute sweetheart from top to bottom. She loves and I love, and that's the reality of the situation. She's coming through with that $5 super chat. And she's coming through just so tremendously strong. We got Big Mike in the building coming through with that 5. Big Mike in the building is hoping that we can get a little further here today, and I hope that we do as well. Big Mike is coming through in a way that makes sense. And that's what we love to see. We got IAD in the building, and he's coming through with that 5 as well. Massive W take. You shouldn't need to check the settings because, I shouldn't need to check the settings. I shouldn't have to dig into the settings. Now, if I changed something from where it was by default, then that is a me problem. But quite frankly, I don't believe that we have done that. And, it's not that hard to figure out. I'll tell you that right now. We also have Shattered Dreams coming through with the 2. Last donation for a while, I'm buying a 5090. Well, you freeloaders and lowballs, you guys love bragging about how you're buying a $2,000 GPU. Well, that's fantastic. That's amazing, right? You have fun with that GPU, and you just, you love to rub it in, right? Like, oh, yeah, Michael, I'm getting that 5090. You're left behind on that 4070 Ti, and it's like, well, I don't need to upgrade. Like, I mean, literally, I don't need to upgrade. I barely play PC gaming. And when we do, it's like, well, Kingdom Come 2, where am I playing that? Probably not on PC because the PC runs hotter. The PC requires more power. I'd rather play it on PlayStation 5 or Xbox. I mean, doesn't really matter where I play it. But, that's just that. I'm assuming that's the next game that we're going to play. But in the meantime, the Switch 2 is getting unveiled this Thursday, so we're going to be live for that. If it does get revealed this Thursday, but I think everything's basically all but confirmed at this point that the Switch 2 is getting its first unveil this Thursday. So this Thursday, we will be checking out the Switch 2 unveil, and we will be seeing what Nintendo has to offer. And I'll tell you this, if Nintendo doesn't have anything to show for it, I'll just go out and buy a Wii U, and because I do miss that console, and I do think there's a lot there that most people just glossed over because, they just couldn't get over the fact that they didn't understand what they were playing. And how that tablet kind of incorporated. It was a companionship to the main TV experience. It was a fantastic console, and I'm not saying it was perfect, but it was a great console. Great console. I remember my time with the Wii U, and I remember playing Nintendo Land. I remember playing the mini games in that, and they were really cool. They were really cool. You know, fantastic. And then I also remember playing Zombie U, and that was a great game from Ubisoft that utilized the hardware in a way that made sense. So if the Switch 2 is trash, I'll just put that money towards a Wii U. We'll just buy a Wii U.
$4.99. My wife asked for $5. I said, no, it's going to Michael.
That's what we love to see. That's absolute based. He's coming through. He said his wife asked for $5, and you said it's going to World Class instead. That's what we're talking about. World Class. Coming through in a way that makes sense. Better than evil, rather. Coming through in a way that makes sense with that $5 super chat. And coming through hard and strong here. Your PC at the same settings as console draws less power than console. Okay, Ben is not smart. I wish Ben were smart, but Ben isn't smart. This guy is literally saying that my PC is drawing less power than the console. That's unequivocally false. Anyone with a brain, because I can hear it. I can hear the loudness. Like, if the fans are roaring, it's requiring more power. This guy's an idiot. Ben's an idiot. He's sitting there and saying, well, so you're implying that if I play Kingdom Come 2 on my 4070 Ti with my fucking i7 1300 whatever K processor, that it's gonna draw less power than my PS5. There's no way. There's absolutely no way. It's not going to. I can tell you that right now, because I know you can just hear the power being drawn. It's as simple as that. The PlayStation 5, how many watts does that draw? 150 at max? Well, my PC probably does 300, 350. Who the fuck knows? And it'll hit those points because that's just how it works. It's just unnecessary is really what it is. The same setting as console, I don't agree, but it's not that big of a deal because unless we have to play on PC, we don't necessarily like playing on PC because the games are hard to run, and if you don't have the AI stuff on, it's just you're going to get a lackluster experience. I can play the console and we'll get 60 frames locked. You know what I mean? It's not that hard. We need you guys to start locking in here, folks. We're going to get started here in another. Well, not just yet, because once we get started, we got to lock into this game. There's a lot of people that aren't as vocal as they were yesterday because they thought that Michael died on purpose so we can end the stream. And it's like, why would I do that? I want to prove a point, and I want to show you that I'm better than you at this game. So why would I want to end it there? That makes literally no sense. Like, I mean, literally no sense. It's like I was asking you guys beforehand because I knew that was going to be a tricky situation on what to do, and we didn't get any answers. World Class was talking in English, and you guys can't understand English.
Now I want to come through. Now I want to come through.
Well, you need to come through a little harder than that. Jeez, I mean, this is...
Now I want to come through.
We got to hit the like button at least. I mean, this is ridiculous. 62 likes. We're going to a different platform. TikTok's getting banned, so we're going there because it's getting banned. So we'll milk that before it gets officially shut down, and you guys can come join over there. Because I'm not going to do this over here. This is a dinosaur platform. You know, I mean, we have over 106,000 subscribers. All of them are inactive. And, you know, you have to please people's emotions over here. You don't have to do that on TikTok. You get entertainment on TikTok. Over here, you have to play essentially Dr. Phil and entertain. It's a tough job. It's way harder than 9 to 5 because you don't have to play Dr. Phil with other people when you do a 9 to 5. I've done 9 to 5s before. I've worked normal jobs before. I've worked with other people before. You don't have to play Dr. Phil with people. You don't. It's not that hard. So streaming is harder than a 9 to 5. That's why most people don't do it. Because if it were easy, everyone would do it. But the people that have never been into this world, they don't understand it. And you can't explain that to them because they think, oh, yeah, it's just you sit around and play games and make money. And it's like you don't understand the half of it. First of all, most people can't do that. And second of all, you wouldn't be able to last for longer. So Sponge is coming through with the 5. That's what we love to see. We finally hit 200 viewers, but only 70 likes. Guys, let's try and get to 100 likes. This is ridiculous. Everyone smash the like button right now so we can get started in a way that makes sense. It's getting unbelievably sad in here. But we got big loyal Luis Hernandez coming through and really kicking things off and popping the cherry, setting the mood, the vibe, the tone of the atmosphere, and coming through in a way that makes sense with that $10 super chat. Where's the audio here for the game? There we go. So we got Big Loyal Lou, Luis Hernandez in the building and coming through. In a way that makes sense. We're going to start a poll here before we get started, because since we're going back and redoing it all, we will ask you a question in the poll. Molly the Queen coming through, and in a way that makes sense with that $5 super chat. Love to see it. An absolute sweetheart in the building and plowing through here tremendously strong. Big Mike in the building coming through as well with that 5. And in a way that makes sense, IAD in here, following it up nicely from Big Mike. IAD coming through with a 5. Shattered Dreams coming in here with his low ball Lonnie special. And by the way, rubs it in too, by the way. Oh, I'm buying a 50/90, by the way. Here's $2. Like, well, yeah, you're going to need to save up as much because you're going to need a new processor, new motherboard, all of that stuff. So we understand. Better Than Evil is coming through as well with that $5 super chat. He says his wife wanted the 5, but it went to World Class instead. There you go. And then we got Sponge coming through. Sponge is coming through with the $5 super chat as we get back into The Last of Us Part 2 here. Grounded difficulty and permadeath mode on. So the premise of this stream is to see how long we can last with these very difficult options turned on. And look at this. The 49ers are coming through hard and strong with that $10 super chat. You love to fucking see it.
Tipped $10 through super chat. Nvidia nerds will eat up the new GC slop every other year. Imagine buying a new GC in 2025 for a game, GTA 6, that won't be on PC until 2027. A new level of losers.
Yeah, the biggest video game of all time. And you know, is it coming in 2025? Probably not. It's probably going to be pushed into 2026. Of course, we're talking about GTA 6. GTA 6 is literally the biggest game, regardless of quality, just by metrics, literally the biggest game of all time. Literally the biggest video game of all time. Literally. Like, nothing will be bigger. And the PC people that are going out and buying the new 50 series graphics cards won't be able to play it. At least not initially. So they're upgrading all of this hardware to only then be left out when literally the biggest video game of all time releases. And they sit there and say, oh, it doesn't matter, I have a PlayStation 5. Well, that's great. But I don't know what you want me to tell you on that, but Rockstar doesn't care about PC gamers, and I think that's great, because if you launch it on PC, it really just opens up a can of worms that otherwise wouldn't have been there, because once you dish it out to PC, it basically becomes open source, if that makes any sense, because modders think that they're entitled to go in and just say, I bought this, so therefore I own it. And it's like, well, I mean, I guess to a certain extent you do, but it's like, it's a tricky conversation. It's something that I don't necessarily agree with. Manawa is coming through, and he's in the 27 club. That's what we're talking about. Member for 27 months. Manawa is coming through here. You should do a GTA 6 stream soon. Well, when there's we got to cover the Switch 2 right now, okay? The Switch 2 is getting unveiled this Thursday. We're locking into that. We wanted to take a cool down on GTA 6 because right now, as far as I can see, there's no real big rumblings out there. So, but as we get closer to the Take-Two investor call, which is early February, we will be jumping back in, and maybe even after the Switch 2 unveil, which apparently is happening this Thursday. That's what the word on the street is, and it's all but confirmed at this point that it is happening this Thursday. The Nintendo Switch 2 unveil. We will be covering that, and we will be taking a look at what Nintendo has to offer. And who knows, maybe they have something really cool and unique with the Switch 2, and I might say, holy shit, we need this day one, and we'll go out and buy it when it comes out. But if the software isn't there, and if there's really no new exciting way to play or experience these games other than, hey, it runs at a better resolution and frame rate now, to me that's not exciting, right? I can handle 1080p, 60 frames for the rest of the entire generation and the generation after that. And I don't need more than 1080p. The fact that you guys are so hell-bent on what frame rate this game is running in, y'all are nerds. Like, that's nerdy shit. That's not like, I enjoy this video game for these quality of life reasons, as opposed to, I like this game because it's running at 4K 60 and it's well optimized. Who gives a shit? I mean, obviously, if you can't play it, that's one thing. But if you're getting 1080 60 and it's locked at that, you shouldn't be complaining about anything in terms of performance. It's ridiculous. But these Digital Foundry losers have just been brainwashed to thinking that that's the be-all, end-all of gaming, is that frame rate and ray tracing and resolution, that's just everything. And everyone has followed suit now. The publishers, the developers, they've all followed suit. And, you know, you look at this game right here, The Last of Us Part 2, this doesn't have ray tracing at all. There's no ray tracing in this game. This is a PS4 game. So they had to use other tricks in order to simulate reflections and stuff like that. It's not a big deal. This is one of the best looking games out there. So it's just a bunch of poppycock is really what it is. It's a bunch of poppycock, okay? Guys, let's go ahead and share the broadcast. We had over 300 viewers, so we're down here. So keep hitting the like button. We're not at 100 likes. We're not starting. This is ridiculous. Guys, if everyone hit the like button right now, we would be at 100 likes. I've already hit the like button. I've already hit the like button, folks. Chat is totally dead. I don't understand how we had energy yesterday and then today, because we're trying it again, we don't have energy. It's like you guys are already bored of the whole game, and it's like, dude, we played it for 50 minutes. And actual gameplay time is way less than that. But this will be another, this game will be back in the spotlight again for the PC nerds, because this is coming out to PC, I think, sometime this year. Early this year, I think next month or March or something, I don't remember. But The Last of Us Part 2, maybe this month, I'm not sure. But The Last of Us Part 2 is coming to PC, so this will be a, you know, it'll be a talking point for at least a few days. But the Switch 2 right now, everyone's talking about that. And once the Switch 2 gets unveiled, we will be there covering that. If Nintendo pulls the curtain back within the next few days, we will be there and covering the Nintendo Switch 2. And, you know, the Nintendo fanboys that will tune in, they won't like what I have to say about it. But that's okay, because I'm a base Nintendo fan. I appreciate when Nintendo innovates. I have the Nintendo 64. I have the Nintendo GameCube. I have the Wii. I had the Wii U. So I was there for a lot of consoles. And even before that, of course, the Super Nintendo and stuff like that. So I've been there with Nintendo, right? And when you come out with a console that lacks innovation, it's just boring to me. Like, I'm not buying it. It's like, well, the games could be cool, but it's like, to me, the way you play, and it's like taking gaming on the go is not something that I really care for, right? I would rather, I'd rather play a Wii U, or I'd rather play Wii. Wii is fun. Wii is interesting. Wii is different. And, you know, we can play Wii Fit and get, you know, lose some weight, right? That's based, right? Nintendo was trying to help people lose weight and get healthy. I mean, honestly. See, those are games, every other game should be banned, and those games, educational games, fitness games, beneficial games, are essentially the only games that remain. I really think they should start banning all of these useless games because they're not offering anything outside of entertainment, and they're not entertaining. That's the sad thing, is that they're chore simulators. They're chore simulators. If they were fun to play, then that would be one thing, but they're not fun to play. Okay, Input Funny is in here. I want to know your opinion. I want to know your opinion on the Switch 2, Input Funny, because Input Funny, the Switch 2 is going to be unveiled supposedly this Thursday. So we will be covering that. But you already probably know my take on the Switch 2, and if you don't, I don't care, because I'm tired of repeating it. Based off of the leaks, I said that the Switch 2 was not all that interesting looking. Brain training on the Nintendo DS, yeah, that's another game too. Hell, we might need that. That's the real challenge right there, brain training academy on the Nintendo DS. Start the game at that first zombie encounter. You can't do that. You can't do it that way. Not the way we're playing this game. I mean, we can skip the cutscenes, and that's why we're going to do a poll. We're going to do a poll right now. We need you guys to start locking in here. We're going to do a poll. Do you want to watch the cutscenes again? Because there could be new viewers, maybe 2 new viewers. But you've already seen the game. It's not new. But should we let it play out? I'm assuming you can skip the cutscenes. I think you can. Do we skip the cutscenes and get to the spot immediately, or do we let it all play out? Skip cutscenes. So we're doing a poll, and we're not doing this 50-50 bullshit on this poll. Skip cutscenes, yes or no, the poll is live. I haven't looked up anything in regards to the Switch 2. It'll probably be soulless and they killed Zelda. Nintendo died with Iwata. Yeah, there's not much innovation here seemingly with the Switch 2. Who plays Nintendo? I'd rather play on the PSP. Skip the cutscenes, please. Well, the poll is live, so you guys need to start voting in the poll. I'm assuming you can skip the cutscenes in grounded difficulty. But it's funny because the people that are that were vocal about this game yesterday are not here today. So when you need them, they're not here. Make it make sense. They come in here for their dopamine hit, then you don't play the way that they want. You know, it's just like this. This is why we can't play certain games. We have to play Warzone or Fortnite or some bullshit like that because it's like, well, no one in here is going to get mad about, you know, World Class's amazing opinion and amazing take on that game, even if I said it was trash, because you guys don't care. But if I come in here and I say The Last of Us 2 sucks because this UI is not necessarily telling me directly what to do here, then it starts to become a problem with these incels, and they sit there and say, oh, this is a masterpiece. And it's like, well, I like this game, you know. And then they call me a contrarian because I like this game because I said it's better than the first game. And it's like, bitch, please. I've played this game. I beat the whole fucking game on PS4. We didn't beat it on PS5 because it's a long-ass game. But we've completed the game. I've seen what it has to offer, and I think it's better than the first. I mean, I'd have to replay through the first, but I don't think the first game is all that interesting. It's pretty boring, especially in terms of the gameplay loop. The gameplay loop is pretty boring. Nintendo sold out. Switch will be about DLSS super high graphics now. So should we pull up the Nintendo Switch 2017 unveil and see how much they talked about hardware back then? Because if they didn't talk about hardware that much back then, if this presentation this Thursday is going to be all about specs and all about AI bullshit, like Nintendo has they've lost it. The magic of Nintendo is gone. If that's how it's going to roll out, this is going to be a disaster. The Nintendo Switch 2 is going to be a disaster, and we're going to have to start making videos to tell people that might very well be the case. If you were deep into permadeath, you'd have thousands of viewers. Oh, we're going to get far into permadeath. The QuickTime event. I told you guys before we went into the QuickTime event, I was asking then, I said, what do we do? Because I know there's a QuickTime event. I don't necessarily exactly know, because the last time I played this game was probably the last time we streamed it. So it's been a little while. But because we played this game before, when this, I think, came out last year. So it's probably been a year since I've actually played this game. And even if I play it, we were mostly playing that no return mode. So, but I knew the QuickTime event because I know the story. And I know the big beats. So I knew the QuickTime event was going to happen. I didn't know what was going to happen right then. I actually got scared. If you go back and watch, I actually got scared because I didn't remember it happening within that area. I thought it was further up or whatever. So what we're going to do is we're going to go back to that spot. We're going to tap square. And if it doesn't work, then the game is not good. In that department, it's not good. If I can't figure out what to do, well, then I don't know what to tell you. I shouldn't have to go into the settings. I think that's ridiculous. Neil Druckmann was always woke. Well, the wokeness, you know, they love to sit here and say this game is so woke and Abby is trans and all this other stuff. The first game is so woke, like, but you know, that narrative doesn't apply to the first game because that's the game they grew up with. You know, oh, I had a PS3 and I remember when I was, you know, that game was so awesome, you know. And now they're depressed and they're miserable and they just have this nostalgia for the first game. But the first game was, you know, absolute woke garbage. Just like this one is. But this one's actually more interesting because they do interesting things with these characters and they give the player a motivation to get pissed off. No shit, they knew that there was going to be a massive backlash by ending Joel. But that's the whole reason to play it. To get revenge. Is that not a motivating factor to continue playing? Because for me it is. It's like, well, you know, Joe was a likable character. He's a piece of shit, but he's also a likable character. With that said, they took that likable character out, and they did it in a way that makes sense, and people couldn't handle it. And I thought, well, now I want to play more. Let's get revenge on Abby. It's not hard. It's not hard to figure out. It's really not that deep. Exactly. Bill. Yep. Bill was gay in the first game, and when they were blatant about it in the HBO show, they were like, "Oh my God, the HBO show is woke." In the first game, it's the same thing. So it's obvious that these people didn't play it. Their nostalgia clouds, like, if they went back and actually played through the whole thing, which, of course, no one's going to do. Wasn't there a recent study that people are playing less video games? There was a big YouTuber that covered this. He's a shill, but let's type this in and see if we can find this new study. People are playing... Let's see if this pops. People are playing less video games. Right here, 1 month ago. Now, I have to watch this video, I guess, to get the source, which I don't want to do. But I guess we're going to have to click on his video to see what's going on here. So give me 1 moment here. Yeah, and we'll try and find the source. Does he have the source in the description? Yeah, of course he does. Okay, right here. Let's see what this says. I'm not reading all that. Yeah, this is pretty technical here. Where's the summarize button? Okay, maybe that's not the link. There's 4 links here. GameSpot. Here we go. This is a little bit more consumer friendly. Gamers may spend more time watching games than playing them. Here's the problem. Let's get this up. Let's get this up on the screen. This was from December 3rd, 2024. Let's get this up on the screen, folks. Let's get it up on the screen. Here we go. Gamers may spend more time watching games than playing them. A new report suggests that players are more engaged watching game videos than actually playing games. It's over. They released a 17-page report detailing the time that players of various age groups spending playing games and watching game-related videos. So that's the problem, is that a lot of people have this like idea of what the game was, and it's like Assassin's Creed Black Flag. It's like, well, you guys can think that Assassin's Creed Black Flag is a good game. Go back and play that in 2025 and tell me that you still have that same opinion. You probably won't. The animations are dated. If you go back and play these old games that came out 20 years ago, the animations are gonna be the telling factor. Maybe not necessarily the graphics, but the animations are going to be the telling factor. We have come very far in terms of fluid animations and those animation kind of transitions and it's seamlessly blending together in a way that makes sense. You go back to these old games and it's like, oh, I'm obviously playing a video game because the character moves like a fucking robot, and it's like, well, this is taking me out of the experience here. So we've come pretty far in that regard, and I'm not saying every game is like that, but what do I think about Switch 2? I think you need to come through with a super chat and ask that question, because I've been spending the last how many minutes talking about Switch 2? Let's get you banned, bud. Switch 2, by the way. People are spending $200 for 5 more frames. That's hilarious. Oh my God. Most normies think a game is woke because there are no... Okay. GTA 6 will destroy that study. Well, I've already said that GTA 6 is going to be the big game. It's going to be the big game that puts video games back on the map, just in terms of its sheer popularity. Maybe not in quality, but in terms of its sheer popularity, GTA 6 is going to be... Not the Switch 2, right? The Switch 2 might have some headlines here and there. And that'll be a big announcement when it apparently happens this Thursday. But GTA 6, I mean, if they have GTA 6 on the Switch too, then we're talking. Then it would be kind of cool. It's like, well, okay, we can take GTA 6 on the go. That's kind of cool. But I don't believe that that will be the case, because that's not how it's been announced. So, regardless, the GTA 6 is going to be the biggest game ever, and it is going to be the game that brings the mainstream back to gaming. And that's the problem with gaming, is that these publishers and developers cater to the internet darling crowd. They cater to what people are saying on Twitter. They cater and pander to what people are saying on Reset Era. They cater and pander to the internet darling bubble. And that's a terrible way to approach it, because if you're making a fantasy game, those neckbeards are going to be there day one to buy the damn thing, right? It's as simple as that. So you don't market towards them because they're already there. They've already pre-ordered the game. You have to reach out and above that, and gaming doesn't do that anymore. They cater and pander to the nerds, and it's like, okay, Black Myth Wukong. No one outside of the internet bubble knows what that game is. If I weren't on the internet, I wouldn't know what that game is. Literally. You have to be in the bubble to know what some of these games are. Black Myth Wukong, by the way. Never heard of that bullshit before. In fact, I don't even think I even knew what the fuck it was until people in here started chilling it. Michael, when are you going to play Black Myth Wukong? I ain't playing that garbage. I mean, I already played it. It's terrible. It's another Dark Souls clone. Who cares? Like this is you're putting this on a pedestal? This is what you're putting on a pedestal? A fucking monkey that flies on a cloud with shitty frame rate stutters unless you have a fucking NASA computer? Garbage. Like absolute garbage. Not fun to play. It's a chore simulator. Black Myth Wukong sold 20 million copies. Yeah, there's 20 million internet basement dwellers. The fuck? Dude, I will do a survey and ask 100 people on the street, have you ever heard of a video game called Black Myth Wukong? And the answer is going to be no, 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 no. Guarantee. I don't even need to do that survey because I already know the answer. No one's heard of Black Myth Wukong. It's an internet darling game. But they've heard of Fortnite. They've heard of Call of Duty. They've heard of GTA. I'm talking about people that actually, well, let's just end the conversation there because it's going to get too nasty. But basically, we're not talking about incels. We're talking about people that are productive and have a life. They don't know what Black Myth Wukong is. And that's because it's an internet darling game, okay? It's an internet darling game. And there's other examples of that too, but I'm just picking that one. But if you went out on the street and you asked people, hey, have you heard of GTA? Have you heard of Fortnite? Have you heard of Call of Duty? The answer is going to be yes, more than likely. So what does that tell you? That's going to be the GTA 6 moment. It's going to bring the normies back to gaming. It's going to be a big event because it's a massive build-up for this game, especially if it gets pushed into 2026. It's going to be crazy. "99% of PC gamers don't actually play games, they just buy and stare at their games library." Yeah. And they bitch about games all over these forums. It's ridiculous. It's crazy. Well, that's why their opinion isn't really it's a weird thing. I don't even know how to describe it, to be honest, but it's like it's a weird thing. I mean, these people, they just want to sit around and watch the frame counter on their screen instead of actually enjoying the software. I mean, it's really a mental disease is what it is. Who cares what? I don't give a shit what this is running at. I got a 60 hertz monitor, 1080p 60 hertz. That's all I need. I don't need anything more than that. I'm not a competitive gamer. I mean, if you're a competitive gamer, that's a little different. If you're seriously into that shit or something. But most people aren't. So what do I need a 120 hertz refresh rate monitor, 240 hertz refresh rate monitor, when all you're doing is just scrolling on a fucking web browser. Movies aren't shot at even 60 frames. You know, like let's get with the program. Look at this right here. Joshua Trump is in the building, and he's coming through, and he's coming through in a way that makes sense. This is what we love to see.
Joshua Trump has
he's based.
tipped $10 through Super Chat. Alan Wake 2 is the biggest pile of trash I played all year. Hope they don't massacre the Max Payne remakes.
Oh, Remedy might be the worst developer in the business these days. I mean, it's pretentious, garbage, artsy-fartsy crap that doesn't make any sense. Alan Wake 1 is a much better game, and maybe that game is pretentious a little bit too, but it's like, well, at least there's an actual video game there that you pick the controller up and interact with, right? It's not like this fucking glorified walking simulator where it's got like, you know, Sam Lake in every fucking scene, and they got these stupid obscure visuals, and they think they're so cool and artsy-fartsy and hip, and it's a bunch of fucking hipster bullshit is what it is. The game's trash, and I'll tell you why it's trash, is because it didn't make a profit still in 2025 from what I last read. So therefore, it is a flop. The game didn't even make a fucking profit. So yeah, the game is objectively shit because no one bought it. That's the reality. And that is how it went, because they didn't make a great game. They made some artsy fart. So the Max Payne remakes are going to be trash too. They're not going to be like the old games, so you can just forget that right now. Because modern day Remedy, they want to put big text on the screen, and they want to have this. It's just they make weird games, and that doesn't resonate. Weird doesn't resonate. You know, when you look at World Class's face, you see eyeballs going in two different directions. Most people sit there and say that's weird, therefore I can't resonate with it. I can't like, I can't subscribe. This guy looks different than me, and that's just not in the human DNA to resonate with. So that's why people can't resonate with Alan Wake 2, because it's weird, it's different, and the masses don't want that, and that's okay. But if they're going to do that with Max Payne, then it might be time to apologize to Rockstar, because Max Payne 3, you know, they were mad about that, and they were like, oh yeah, you know, this is different. I want Max Payne 1 and 2 back, and it's like, well, you want Remedy to come back? Modern day Remedy sucks. Joshua Trump is plowing through here, and my God, what a legend. Look at this loyalty badge here, 40-month loyalty badge. Joshua Trump, he just came through with the 10. Let's get some dubs up on the motherfucking chat. Joshua Trump in here, coming through with that 10 and that 40-month loyalty badge. He's coming through, and he's coming through in a way that makes sense. Hard and strong. We'd love to see a Joshua Trump in here with that 40-month loyalty badge. Coming through hard and strong here. Who cares about frame rate and resolution if 70% of the buildings are enterable in GTA 6? I'll play it at 720p 30. Deadass, yeah. What is the most advanced game in terms of animations? For me, it's Red Dead Redemption 2. I think that's bait. Channel activity. Oh, never mind. I don't believe it's Red Dead 2. I think it's this game, actually. I think it's this game. I think this game has incredible animations. Now, this is a PS4 game. So when Naughty Dog comes out with their new space game, which, you know, a lot of people love yapping about that for clicks, which is funny because the game isn't coming out anytime soon. When they first unveiled The Last of Us 2, I think that was in, like, what, 2016? Joshua Trump yet again with a two-time Tony Hawk combo. Holy fucking shit.
Joshua Trump super chatted $5. It's not even the weirdness. Me out as well. Watch a movie. I really think it'll be a good movie. Doesn't feel like a game when playing it.
That's what I'm saying, because you basically, I mean, oh god, that game sucks. It's a glorified walking game. That's what it is. There's very few. The pacing is ass in that game, because they do have some moments where you do shoot the enemies like the first game, but the majority of the game that I played, I remember just walking around and doing literally nothing. Like I mean, except turning light bulbs on, and the NPCs that were in the world weren't even moving. Everyone's a statue. I don't know what's going on with that gimmick, but that shit needs to stop. You can't have NPCs in your world, and all they do is just stand there with like 2 idle animations. It's crazy. We're in 2025. Like, bring in an AI fucking thing to like figure that out for you. Like, I mean, really honestly, like if you have an open world game, especially with NPCs that just stand around, it's an insult to my intelligence, and I'm turning it off. Jean-Claude Van Damme is in the building, and he's plowing through hard and strong with the $24. Jean-Claude Van Damme!
€23.99
Boom!
through Super
Boom!
Chat.
Boom!
Pushing hard and strong the boundaries of gaming. Bear. Men holding hands. Lightning showers. 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 Bear.
Jean-Claude Van Damme plowing through here. Massively strong and in a way that makes sense with a $24 super chat. You love to see it. Jean-Claude Van Damme is in the building, and he's coming through hard and strong. Let's get some dubs up in the chat. Jean-Claude Van Damme is plowing through, and in a way that makes sense with the $24 super chat. You love to see it. Jean-Claude Van Damme is in the building, folks. Jean-Claude Van Damme is so cool. He's coming through right now. Jean-Claude Van Damme is so cool. He's coming through right now. That's what we love to see. Jean-Claude Van Damme in the building and coming through in a way that makes sense with a $24 super chat. Arthur Morgan says people really don't get that actual 4K. 90% of the time, guys, they don't even film movies in 4K. It's all a lie. I mean, it is. They don't film movies in 4K. I mean, unless it's like Spielberg or something. Because, you know, certain directors have that special privilege to shoot on film, which goes above 4K. But they typically shoot at the 2K resolution and then just upscale it for 4K distribution, I'm assuming. So they don't even shoot movies at 4K. So when you buy a 4K Blu-ray, just know that the movie wasn't shot with a 4K camera. The sensor is about 2-something K. At least it was for the past 15, 20 years. So they might have new technology now, but your favorite movies, unless it's like Christopher Nolan or something, they're all shot in 2K. Or it's a big, you know, Steven Spielberg or okay. We have been in the process of banning a bunch of nostalgia people. The nostalgia is weird. We're going to have to get you up out of here. You guys are freeloaders. This guy's a freeloader. I mean, they come in here with these nostalgia. You come in here and you bring something up that happened literally 3 years ago. It's like, well, totally different show now. Let's get with the program. That's what it's called. Jeez. Okay, let's take a look at this poll here. 192 votes. And you guys are saying skip the cutscenes. We're going to do the poll again. Hello? Okay. Chat is we got high energy here today. We need the chat to get a little bit more excited. Switch 2 is coming out. And we need you to lock in for that. Okay, this Thursday, the Switch 2 unveil is supposedly the day. And we're going to have to take a look at that and see what Nintendo's going to bring to the table. Leon Reaper is coming through.
Leon Reaper super chatted £5. Coming in hard and strong, Mackle. My 2 walnuts are nice and moisturized but going in dry. Men holding hands, 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 men holding hands,
what does that
men
mean?
holding hands, men holding hands, men holding hands.
Leon Reaper is coming through. This is what we love to see.
Men holding hands, men holding hands, men holding hands, men holding hands.
Leon Reaper is coming through, and he's coming through in a way that makes sense. Cope and seethe. Michael, I'm better than you at this game. You freaking suck. Michael, I'm better than you at this game. You freaking suck. Where's your gameplay? You know, it's just like you can't sit there and say that you're better than world class when you haven't even shown me that you are. It's ridiculous. Oh, Michael, I'm better than you at this game. Look at my trophies. Who cares about trophies? If you're playing games for trophies, you're a loser. Like, I mean, think about that whole thing. And I'm glad it kind of fell off because during the 360 era, everyone was obsessed with achievements. And it just turned gaming into like this kind of... It turned gaming into like this weird competitive thing where it's like, I'm not going to play this game, but I am going to play it because I want those achievements, but I don't really want to play it. I'm just going to buy this game, play it, or back then rent the game. Blockbuster was still around, shit like that. So they would rent the game, get the achievements, and just play it for that, not because it looked interesting or anything. So it turned into so they could have bragging rights, so that, you know, they could show how much of a loser they were. And look at my trophy card. You know, I got my gamer tag has, you know, 70,000 fucking gamer score, and it's like, okay, well, you know, are you getting paid for a high score? Because then that's a different thing. It's like, okay, well, if these companies are going to start to pay people, then that's a totally different thing. But that isn't something to brag about, in my opinion. That you got a virtual trophy. I mean, if they sent you a physical trophy, that'd be a different thing. You know, if you accomplished a crazy achievement that, like, you know, very few people have in the world, and they sent you a physical trophy, that would be amazing. But bragging about a virtual trophy turned gaming into like this weird competitive thing. And the 360 really kind of caused that because they were hyping up the gamer score. It's like, oh wow, you know, I want to show this off to my friends. I want the bragging rights. I'm the best, and these are the games that I'm playing, and this is how good I'm doing in this game. And it's like, what just happened to turning the console on and playing for the enjoyment of it, right? Like, oh, that's boring these days, right? We need this, that, and a third with it. It's ridiculous. Ty Sloma's coming through. Ty Sloma's coming through with the 2. He says, Star Wars Outlaws had potential, NPCs do nothing. Yeah, well, yeah, that's the modern trend. I think someone should make a video on that because I just see that way too often in modern gaming. Is these NPCs, especially in these open world games, they literally do nothing. They just stand there and it's like, welcome to our world. Welcome to the planet. You know, Pluto or some shit. And it's like, okay, you're selling me on this whole new world, this whole new fucking city, this whole new village, whatever it might be, but the NPCs just stand around, and you losers just sit there and accept it and say, well, it's a video game, Michael, it's not a life simulator. Oh, fuck off. You know what I mean? Shenmue from 1999 has more fucking NPC interaction than that bullshit. Don't sit there and say, oh, you're playing it like an incel, and you want a life simulator. Go outside and touch grass when it's like, well, I touch more grass than you do, I tell you that. And it's just so funny how these losers, they sit there and they just excuse it. They sit there and they say, we love the NPCs doing nothing. It just sells the believability, by the way. It's like, okay, bud. Couldn't you redeem achievement points on Xbox? I think there might have been something like that. And if that is the case, you'll have to look that up. I think there was a thing like that. And if that makes sense to me. If they rewarded you in a way that makes sense, then I'm all for it, right? But when you're getting nothing in return outside of a gamer picture or something like that, it's like, well, you know. But if they actually came out of the woodwork and said, hey, you are in the top, you know, 500 of like the best in the world, right? And they actually said, hey, we're going to give you like some Microsoft points or something or whatever the case was, well, then that would be something that would be different. Okay, we're going to have to get started here. We've already been live for an hour. Jesus Lord. What the fuck? Yeah, we're going to definitely have to be jumping in here soon. I need you guys to start locking in. And you guys said to skip the cutscenes. So we're probably going to do that. You got almost 300,000 achievement points. Well, let's get you, man. That's an insult right there. Could never be me. Okay, well, with that said, we're going to be jumping into The Last of Us Part 2. Man, we got 13 hours in this. We got 13 hours in the remastered edition, by the way. And I didn't even beat this on PS5. I beat this on PS4. So here we go. I remember in the PS3 days, Sony would randomly give out $10 in credit. Yeah, well, that ain't happening these days. So here we go. I need you to start locking in now. You can't be mad at me for not checking the settings, because I know that's going to be a big comment in this, you know, after the stream. Of course, these losers love to watch these VODs. Like, oh, yeah, I couldn't catch the stream. And it's like, okay, buddy, you're online 24/7. You can catch the stream. But they love to come in here after the fact and sit there and say, well, you didn't check the settings. You just wanted the stream to end, you know. I'm not checking the settings. Shouldn't have to check the settings. You're not understanding the principle of it. So here we go. New game. Grounded difficulty. Permadeath on. Should we turn on? So we got permadeath on. Should we turn this off? Should we set it to should we set this to minimal? Because then the game is going to tell us what to do. Or should we leave it off? I mean, it was off by default. To be fair, it was off by default. Actually, let's hit square button. Reset to default. Fuck, what button is it? It's triangle. We're going to hit reset to default settings. And those are the so we have to keep it off. But we have to keep it off. I can't turn the tutorial messages on. We can't turn the tutorial messages on. Because it's off by default. And I think that's almost cheating in permadeath and grounded. We're trying to leave this as a pure experience without any of that bullshit on. This will be a quick show, by the way. It's not going to be a quick show. I'm better than you at this game. Because you guys love to sit there and say, you're so great at this game. I'm going to backseat, by the way. Imagine backseating. Could never be me. Show me your gameplay. Let's go to your channel. See how much content you got on your channel. Guys, you don't need anything. You got the share button right here. You know, it records gameplay. You can upload directly to YouTube on the PlayStation 5. You got no excuses. Literally none. If you got a PS5, even a PS4 does that. What the fuck? Unbelievable. Okay, we got Ellie's Shotgun coming through with a $7 super chat. He says, new galactic game is woke garbage. Do you think it will flop? Naughty Dog should only make Last of Us games. No, it's not going to flop. It's not going to flop. It's not going to flop. This whole woke thing is okay. Let's talk about what's really woke. Let's talk about GTA 6 and how woke that is. No one wants to talk about that because you know it's Rockstar and they're just saints. Jesus. Okay, and by the way, the game's called GTA, and it's like, oh yeah, we can't have this in our game because it's just too offensive. By the way, it's like, yeah, that's called bending the knee, bud. That's called bending the knee. We need you guys to start locking in here because we're getting started here soon. So we have permadeath on the whole game. Once we die, it's over. The stream ends. That's how it's going to work again today. And I don't care if you guys want to sit and say, oh, Michael, we want you to continue. No, this is how we're doing it because this adds a lot of weight to the gameplay experience. There's a lot at stake. And we're going to try and push hard and strong. And I don't care if you disagree. It's as simple as that. So we got permadeath on. We have grounded difficulty. And we're going in again. And I didn't mess with the settings. So here we go. We have selected grounded with the whole game permadeath. Listen mode, HUD, and other gameplay elements are altered in this game mode. This is it. Let's get you guys going. Oh, shit.
I don't know what happened. I was supposed to take her to the Fireflies and walk away. You go halfway across the country with someone. She needed her immunity to mean something. Maybe I was starting to buy into that old cure business. Maybe I just wanted to do right by her. And then we made it. We found the Firefly. Because of her, they were actually going to make it.
Oscar Gomez is coming through.
The only catch.
Oscar super chatted $4.99.
It would kill
It's
her.
a snooze fest already.
Sweet Jesus.
Doctor?
What are you doing? I won't let you take her. This is our future. Think of all the lives we'll save.
Jesus Christ, Joe. What do you do?
I saved her.
But here's the thing. They didn't know it wasn't a guarantee that they could save humanity.
Come on, baby girl. I got you.
It wasn't a guarantee that the operation was going to work and that they were going to find a cure.
Cover the exit.
Don't let him get away!
Oh my God.
God damn. That's some. That's a lot. What does Ellie know?
I told her they just ran some tests. I told her her immunity meant nothing.
And she believed you?
I didn't say otherwise.
We should head back.
We are staying. We need you guys to lock in here. Look at that. What does this say? Oh, shit.
It's okay. I got him. You go on.
You sure?
Yeah.
All right.
About what we were talking about earlier. I can't say I'd have done different.
Well, now you guys want to skip cutscenes. But when I skip cutscenes, you get mad.
Take it to the grave if I have to.
So I think we're going to watch the cutscenes again. It's not that much cutscene. I mean, the other 20 minutes of cutscenes, maybe. Now, I want to know...
I'll see you later, Doc.
So it goes to a flashback, and I don't understand this. It goes to a flashback after this. Doesn't say that it does, though. You're just supposed to understand that. It's like, well, look at that, directed by Neil Druckmann. You guys love it. So now it's flashback time. Converse, by the way. I got more mumbling.
Hello? Ellie?
Jesus. Almost gave me a heart attack.
I tried knocking, but
Hey,
hey,
what's up, Joel?
just checking in. Folks are, talking about how impressed they are with you and how well you're helping out.
It's good.
Yeah. Tommy and I went out riding the other day, and he told me a joke, and I thought about you. It's oh shoot, I forgot it. Something about a clock. How do you?
Joel, it's pretty late and I gotta get up in a few hours.
Yeah. I know. I'm gonna get out of your hair. Just I want to show you something. Just give me 1 second.
What's this?
Some folks call this thing here a guitar.
Funny.
You want to hear something?
Okay.
Okay. Promise me that you won't laugh.
I won't laugh. I won't.
I'm trusting you. If I ever were to lose you, I'd surely lose myself. Everything I have found here, I'm not found by myself. Try and sometimes you'll succeed to make this man of me. All my stolen missing parts I've no need for any more, 'cause I believe, and I believe 'cause I can see our future days, days of you and me. There you go.
Well, that didn't suck.
I'll take what I can get. She's yours.
No. I don't know the first thing about
Super
this.
chatted $4.99.
Oscar Gomez
Does he
is
love Michael?
coming through. That's what we love to see. Now with the two-time Tony Hawk combo, Oscar is in the building here today. And he's coming through in a way that makes sense. Two-time Tony
That's what
Hawk
I say, tomorrow
combo,
night,
folks. I
first
need you
listen.
guys to start locking in here. Grounded difficulty and permadeath on. Can we make it past 50 minutes here today? It's going to be the big question. You guys are going to be surprised. When will class come out, we're going to put them real gamer skills to the test, and we're going to put them downers to shame.
Do you remember the joke?
What is the downside to eating a clock? It's time consuming.
That's so dumb.
Yeah. Good night, kiddo.
And then we cut to title card. Look at this. Dude!
Shit.
Fable
Hey.
Lar Punisher
Sorry,
has just
I
tipped
totally overslept. Just give me a minute and I'll get dressed.
through
I heard you
Super
had
Chat.
quite a night after I
You
left.
can say what you want, but RDR2 or any other Rockstar title has never had a cringy and highly
She kissed
sedative
me.
scene like
It was
this.
just Dina being
Truly
Dina.
shows how magnificent Rockstar is. GTA 6 can't come soon enough, baby.
Seth Wade.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Fable is coming through hard and strong with a $10 super chat. Love to see it.
We're broken up 1 week and you make a move on my girl?
He's coming through in a way that makes sense.
She was probably just trying to make you jealous. I would never.
We're not skipping the cutscenes. The cutscenes are over with almost.
I'm messing with you, man. I don't care. Get dressed.
You're the worst.
When I skip the cutscenes, you complain. When I don't
kinda
skip the
fucked up you
cutscenes,
did
you
that.
complain. I mean, it's a ridiculous situation in here. Oh, Michael, you skipping all the cutscenes. You don't even want to play the game. And then I start watching the cutscenes. Oh, Michael, you need to start playing the game. Really? Fable is in the building, and he's coming through with that $10 super chat. Love to see it. We got the PlayStation 3 right here. They got what's that right there? Jack and Dexter. They got Jack and Dexter. There's the guitar.
Sure. Hey, is Joel up?
We got reports of infected out north. We sent him and Tommy out early to scout.
That sucks.
Yep. Can't imagine they got much sleep. Definitely not as much as you.
Shut up. I was just about to get up. I was.
You got everything?
Yes.
Heads up. You're the talk of the town this morning.
What?
Let me see if I got this right. You kissed Dina,
She kissed me.
which triggered Seth to call you a not-so-nice word.
Yep.
Then Joel decked him,
More of a push.
and then you got mad at Joel. That part confused me.
It was a strange night, man.
She had a great time.
Sounds exciting.
Big Mike is coming through yet again with the 2-time Tony Hawk combo. She hugged her friend. Ellie is so cool, by the way. Like, everyone's a bad character in this game. I don't understand why. Joel's a piece of shit. Ellie's, not much different. Why are we hating on Abby? And you guys act like... Guys, when the Season 2 comes out, they're going to be all playing this game again. It's going to be a big game again. That's why they're releasing it for PC when the Season 2 comes out. When does Season 2 come out?
Dina and I...
I'm watching it. We're going to see how terrible it is.
I don't want you to think...
But I really want to see if Neil... I want to see Season 2, and I'm going to tell you why.
Promise.
HBO Season 2, Last of Us. When's the premiere date for this? April of 2025, by the way. What I want to see, what I'm really curious about, is did Neil Druckmann, did he tweak the script to bend the knee, or I want to see Joel's death in the HBO series. Is it going to be just like this game, or is it going to be less intense? I mean, that's really what I want to see. I want to see the how they put it into the game, because this is a very controversial game, and it's like, well, there was massive backlash, and are they going to do that in HBO? Are they going to do that with HBO, or? I want to see how they handle this. It's going to be woke.
Hey, old timer. Yeah, get a good scratch.
Guys, we need you to lock you in here.
Hey, Jesse. She comes.
Oh, hi. Want to grab some breakfast?
No. Where's Maria?
In the back.
Excuse me.
Ellie, there you are. Come here. Seth's got something he wants to say to you.
I don't want to hear what that bigot has to say.
Do it for me. Please.
Fine.
Seth. Seth, come here.
Hey. Look, last night I was drinking too much.
Sure.
I'm trying to say I'm sorry. Maria tells me that you and Dina are headed out. I made you some sandwiches.
Okay.
They're steak.
Thank you, Seth.
Yeah. Well, you be safe out there.
Yep. I appreciate that.
What you got there?
Bigot sandwiches.
Smells good.
They're yours.
You sure?
It's fine.
Let me walk you out.
Okay.
When you go out, I want you to trade off with Tommy and Joel. Those boys have been up for far too long.
Where do I meet them?
If you go up to the Northwest Lookout, they're scheduled to arrive later today. But watch yourself. I mean, there's too many sightings of infected recently.
Of course. I was gonna check out the creek trails. I'll need someone else to cover it.
Ellie, you know the creek trails?
Not really.
Dina's done it a bunch. I'll have the two of them take it.
Well, that solves that. Ellie, can I talk to you for a sec? Look, I don't know what's going on with you and Joel.
Maria,
Guy really cares about you. And I'm sure he didn't mean to.
we're fine.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Sorry to pry. Be safe.
Thanks.
Yo, Dina, assignments.
Just give me a minute.
We get your girlfriend to the stables, please.
Hey, Dina. Can I talk to you?
Hey, guys, I'm tapping out. Come on. How long?
Hey. Hey. I just want to say sorry for running off last night.
Oh, it's okay. I totally get it. I felt bad.
Why?
Because I started the whole thing, and I shouldn't have kissed you in front of all of those people. And
No, you were drunk. It's fine.
Well, still, I don't want you to think.
No, I'm not reading into it or anything. Just...
You know what I love about you? How you let me finish my sentences.
All right. Well, we should probably get going.
Yeah.
Ow! What the fuck? I'm not even playing. Cause you're a chicken? You're a chicken.
I hate this kid so much.
You want to fuck him up?
Yeah, I do.
You asked for it. You better run, you little shits. Holy shit. Get to cover. Go, go.
Gotcha.
We're on the board, suckers. Oh,
Eat that.
oh, I'm coming for you, Tiny.
Damn. Arm on that kid.
Oh, you like that? Fuck yeah. I mean, frick. Yeah. Don't tell your mom. Oh, suck it. Boom. Eat snow, you little shit. I see you in your face. I'm gonna come over there and fight you, like, for real. We're winning. Oh, you better hide. Ow! I know where you live, Alex. I see you. No fair. Eat it, shrimps. Hey. How's it feel? No. Get her. Help me. You'll never get away with this. Get off of her, you monsters. Ellie.
All right. We actually have some work to do. Scram.
Man.
I guess I asked for that, huh? Yep. Let's go. So, Jesse wants us to do the creek trails. He's gonna relieve Joel and Tommy.
Oh, that's nice you assigned us together.
You're gonna like
Morning,
this.
girls.
Morning.
Hey, ladies. I'll bring them in.
Thank you.
That's a good girl. Look who's here.
Thanks. Come on.
All right.
Hey, Shimmer.
Oh, look who decided to join us.
Yeah.
One for you. And one for you. Open it up. Settle down, children. All right. You all know the drill. Run your routes, mark your logbooks, clear any infected you see. You run into anything you can't handle, you come back. Be smart about it. All right. Get going.
Here we go, folks. It's about to pick up in a way that makes sense. Last of Us 2 Grounded difficulty permadeath mode.
Yeah.
It's time to get excited because we're cutting over to Abby and her crew. And look at this right here. Boom. We're getting really close here. Your guys' favorite character, Abby.
Hey. What were you dreaming about?
Was I talking?
You're doing your teeth grinding thing.
Where have you been?
Grab your gear. I want to show you something.
What?
Trust me.
Come on. This way.
It's cold. You sure you don't want to do this when the sun's out? And it's warmer?
No. Can't wait.
And you don't want to just tell me?
You need to see it.
What are you doing wandering around out here by yourself?
Been restless.
You too?
Feel like the farther south we go, the prettier it's gotten.
You want to keep going? Just drive all the way to Mexico?
I've thought about it.
You can see Manny's hometown.
Yeah, I don't see that living up to his stories.
There was two ways to go. What the fuck?
You did all this in the dark?
Yes. Now come on.
We keep going like this, we're gonna be tired for today's trip.
It's not that far.
Hey, is Mel okay? She seemed out of it these past few days.
She'll be fine.
You stop being weird, you're freaking me out.
I'm not being weird.
Are you breaking up with Mel?
What? No. You wish.
I've had my fill, thank you.
Ouch.
We can't all be as graceful as you.
Clearly.
What is that?
You'll be fine.
It's too high.
Come on.
Shit.
Hey, eyes on me. Abby, stop looking down.
Listen, do we have to go back this way?
Consider it an opportunity to work on your fears.
How about I work my foot up your ass?
Abby, stop flirting.
Is this it?
We made it.
Holy shit. It's a fucking city.
Yeah.
Have you told anyone else?
Wanted you to see it first. Saw an armed patrol go from town to an outpost over there. A few more outposts in between. They have electricity, guns. It's a lot of people.
We can figure it out.
Okay. Assuming he's in there, how do we get to him?
We can corner one of the patrols and get confirmation, and then, I don't know, maybe find a way to lure him out.
Yeah, okay. I'm sure they'll be happy to offer that information up.
Well, then we make them.
You hear yourself?
Okay, what do you want to do? What is going on with you?
Mel's pregnant.
Oh. Okay.
It's not just that, though.
Should I say congrats?
When everyone else sees this, they're gonna want to turn back.
We can convince him, right? I fucking knew I couldn't count on you.
Abby, I want what you want. But not at any cost. Hey.
Don't!
See you back at the lodge.
Fuck it.
Folks at home, I need you to lock in here. We are approaching
I'll do the whole thing on my own.
the first gameplay segment here. So we really need you guys to lock in. This is grounded difficulty. This is permadeath. It is the we're going to do a poll here. Because once we approach this segment here, actually, we're not going to do a poll. Guys, the stream could be over with in 10 minutes. Less than that. Actually, a few minutes here. If we mess up, I'm going to tell you that right now. We need you guys to start locking in here.
Look out. It's just a
Oh my God.
short hike.
Oh my God, we almost fell off.
He got Mel pregnant. Shit. Oh, shit.
Okay, so this QuickTime event, you hold the triangle button. If you tap, it doesn't work. So I'm going to ask you guys again, and I just want answers. I don't want who's right or who's wrong. I'm going to ask you again, when the first zombie comes out, is it a tap situation or a hold? I'm talking English. It should be easy for you to comprehend. I'm going to ask you it again. For the first zombie encounter, which happens in just about a minute or so after this, if not less, do we press or do we hold? I need to know that answer. Because right now, what we have been doing, you can't press. Doesn't let you. Which, we don't have that moment to think about what we're doing. So we're going to look at the chat here. And some of you guys are saying hold. Some of you guys are saying tap. It's hold, by the way. It's tap. So now we don't know. Who in here has actually played the game? I'm not looking in the settings. They're trolling its hold? They are trolling. I'm not looking in the settings. If we can't figure out how... The stream is about to end if you guys can't tell me how to play the game. This is ridiculous. It's hold? Is it really hold? You guys said tap. Is it really hold? Dude, It's not hold. Tap, tap, tap. Guys, you want the stream to end, or you have to give me the right answer. You can't just sit there. I mean, we don't have an opportunity to try both. Because last time I tried both and it failed. I was tapping, but it didn't seem like progress was initiated. She was still struggling to get the zombie off of her, and I thought, well, the game is giving us some headroom to actually hit the right button. So I start holding it, and then the whole game ends. Yeah, we're going to have to look at the settings. I don't want to do it, but it's like I don't want to end the game right now. I want to continue playing and actually seeing the gameplay mechanics on this difficulty. But you guys are allowing this cutscene event is ridiculous. It is hold, I'm telling you. Is it really hold? It's tap. You guys... So no one in here has played the game. It can't be both. It's either you want the stream to... Because we can go after that. I mean... We're going to have to look at the settings. I have to look at the settings because you guys are literally trolling. I'm done with you. You guys are literally trolling. Check the settings. We have to. I didn't want to do it, but I can't rely on this chat to tell me what to do. Because you guys have two. It's a 50-50 in here. Tap versus hold. Tap versus hold. Tap versus hold. There is no in between. I just showed you the segment with the QuickTime event. It was a hold situation. It was a hold situation. I am being told right now it is hold. We're doing a poll. Because whichever wins is what we're doing. And when you guys, if you guys are going to troll and say it's the wrong button, then the stream's ending. The poll is live. The poll is live. I know it's cheating. I know it's cheating. My gut instinct is to tap. And apparently that's not what you're supposed to do. I don't know how that makes sense. When a zombie is attacked, whatever the damn creature is called, clicker, whatever the fuck it's called, not even a clicker, it's the infected. Bro, why would it be hold? That doesn't make sense to me. I can understand the segment where we just squeeze through the rocks right there. That makes sense to hold it because we're squeezing through, right? There's not an urgency to what we're doing, essentially. But when you have a zombie come out and attack you out of nowhere, it's a jump scare sequence. The initial thought is going to be to tap instead of hold. So if the game by design on default is hold, it is therefore bad game design. I will take this in front of Harvard graduate students, and all of them will fail this because logically it doesn't make sense. Okay, I'm done with this bad game design shit. You guys just excuse it. It has to be tap because it doesn't make sense. If you changed it in the accessibility settings when you first played on PS5, it could be hold, but default is tap. So the default is tap. But let me ask you this. We just did a QuickTime event. Was it tap on your game? Hold on. This guy's got his thinking cap on here. Hold on a second here. So you guys were wrong. Oh, man. This guy has his thinking cap on, and I think he's talking sense. This guy knows what he's talking about, I'm pretty sure. He is saying triangle is hold and square is tap, and that makes a lot of sense. My gut reaction when either the stream ends in 5 minutes or it doesn't. You guys need to start being truthful, because guess what? I'm tapping the button. I don't care. We're tapping the button. It doesn't make sense to hold the square button down. Doesn't make sense in that situation, in my opinion, to do that. And my initial reaction was to tap, not hold. We don't have that opportunity to think about how to play this game. This is Grounded. This is permadeath. Either the stream continues for today or it ends again and you guys start crying because you gave me bad information. Oh, go into the settings, Michael. You want the stream to end. I'm not trying to cheat. I shouldn't have to go into the settings to confirm something. I didn't mess with the settings. God damn. Maybe you guys went into the settings because you guys might be disabled. I didn't go into the settings. Michael, you were in the wheelchair settings messing all around with this game. Yeah, I went into the wheelchair settings, by the way. Maybe you did. And even if I did, I'm pretty sure we hit everything on default. Oh my God. It's a QuickTime event, so tap. We're going to take a look at the poll. The poll is saying tap. If I look at the settings, it's pretty much cheating because just go back home, you don't die. You can't go back. You can change it in the settings. Okay, but you're implying that I changed it. Why would I change it in the settings? Why would I change that in the settings? I don't even know where that's at. Why would I change that in the settings? Why are you blaming your audience? Because they're giving me bad information. Let's get you banned too. It's not a 50-50 question. The game has a definitive path. It's not, well, maybe it's in your game hold, maybe it's in your game tap. Well, you messed with the settings. I'm talking about out-of-the-box experience. There's one way to play this game, and it's that way. It's either tap or hold. There is no in-between. You only get to pick one if it's set to tap. Okay, so out of the box, what I'm asking then is, out of the box, is it tap or hold with this zombie QuickTime event? We have to get past this in order to see the skills, in order to see the rest of the game, in terms of how far we get. But this should not be holding us back because I don't know how to play the game. It's not a matter of that. It's a matter of its bad game design. It's not clear on the screen, and I don't have time to think about what we're doing. This is grounded mode. This is permadeath mode. So as such, everything's ramped up. If it's square, it's probably tap in the... No, who here has played the game? We're going to start banning people. We're going to start mass banning people. We're going to a different platform. TikTok's being banned. We're going to TikTok. Fuck this shit. I'm done. I deserve 800,000+ viewers. I'm done with this shit. You guys want to sit here and act like you know how to play the game. You guys want to sit here and act like you played the game. You didn't play the game. You don't know what you're talking about. Y'all came from 4channel. I'm done. It's either tap or hold. It's not a discussion. It's not a debate. It's either tap or hold. How does the game come out of the box? Is it tap or hold? It's not that hard, folks. Oh, go into the settings. You're just, oh, you know. No, you're the idiot. You're the incel. You don't play video games. You didn't talk to developers. You didn't go to E3. Chromecat didn't make a video about you. So sit the fuck down and respect the fucking game, bitch. God, cope and seethe, losers. Oh shit, it's right there! Oh my god! You're tapping! You're tapping! You're tapping! You're tapping! Oh my god, I didn't know it was right there. What are you doing? I'm done. No, I'm done with this shit, bro. I'm done with this shit.